Here I go, here I go, here I go. Praise the sun. So what are we doing? We're playing some Skyrim. At least for a couple hours. We ended up rerunning Dying a lot. I ended up figuring out what the crash problem was. That is no bueno. So we need to change that. Alright, so this is how we change that. And then it looks like we're doing Kind's quest here. Mod configuration, magical jumping. And we change that to lore friendly mode. And now we should just have regular jumps. We do have a paraglider though. So we could just stick with regular jumps. I think part of the issue might be that I'm... what's up, Gears? I might be using a different animation for jumping. That might be the jumping animation from Underdog. But we have a nice little ring here. It'll bring us right back to where we were. Alright. So what do you have to do to fix the cave that had locked you in there? I had to go back to a save from before I entered the cave. And then go into the cave, run through the cave, do everything in there, and then exit. And then it worked fine. So for some reason, making a save right where I did within the cave. Oh, thanks, Queen. Making a save inside the cave, right where I did, it must have been a corrupted save. Because then when I left the game and came back, I was already in the cave, and it didn't know what to do when I was trying to go outside. The game got confused. It's like, oh, I don't know what to load. So I think that's what happened. So once I started a game before I entered the cave, I was already in the exterior Tamriel world space. Then I was able to go into the cave and come out of the cave just fine. So that's what fixed the problem. Weird, right? Obscure. Ireshot gave me a good idea for the issue that I was having. I'd be in an interior cell, like in a dungeon, in a keep or something like that, and a lot of things were firing magic at me, and then I would get a shadow scene node crash. So what Ireshot suggested was, hey, do you have shadows turned on for strange runes? And sure enough, I had shadows turned on for strange runes for not only my magic, but also for the NPC's magic. So if they were casting a bunch of spells, or if there was a bunch of them in there casting spells at me, it would be really easy for it to get over the 4 shadow casting lights in a scene really quickly. And that could potentially crash the game. So I'm thinking that's what that issue was. And Nico, thanks for watching my video. Tell me what you thought. Well, I liked it. I just, those critters are a little loud. I mean, I like the dinosaurs. The idea of dinosaurs in the game is kind of cool. But they are a little loud. So we have a mud crab over there. We have a mud crab, a wolf. The wolf is down here. The mud crab's over there. And the skeever is way up north. Way up here. Alright, so why don't we go... We should really kind of go south first. So we can go take care of the wolf. What's up, Mustafa? So I was also messing around... I was messing around with two different versions of RTGI. I've got this version, which is the old version, but Pascal Glitcher came out with a new version, also on Patreon, that's part of Immerse. That's Solaris. It's like a bloom that I'm adding, and clarity I'm adding. You're doing BFB? But I didn't really like the new version of RTGI. It put some really weird shadows. How am I? I'm doing fine. Put some really weird shadows on my character's face, so I went back to the older version of RTGI from Pascal Glitcher. I just think it was, you know, to give you an idea, that's without it, and then that's with it. But it's calculating bounce lighting, and it's taking into account the clouds and things like that that are blocking the light. So it's a much more realistic lighting. Ray traced. So RTGI stands for Ray Trace Global Illumination. Well, it might be morning for you, but it is evening for me. It is 10:30 in the PM in Pacific Standard Time. So if it's morning for you, I'm thinking you're probably in the UK somewhere? Maybe? Depends on what time in the morning you're talking about. Anyhow, buenos dias. Guten Morgen. And good morning. So yeah, like the lighting here, this is all the ray tracing you see happening. It's doing some weird things with my water though. I don't know what's up with the water. Oh, you're from Poland. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of funky with the water. So I don't know what's happening with the water. I wonder if that's the new version. I'm running the latest version of EMB. So I'm wondering if that's a shader issue. But if I turn off EMB, it's still happening. So it's not a shader. Might be double loading it. We'll see if it clears up. But yeah, the water, that's not right with the water. Well, petting the dog. Good doggy. Yeah, I heard the cat. We can
Can
pet
I
the
help
cat
you?
too. The cat's name is Graham. Good kitty. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the water. Hopefully, yeah, because that's not, the reflection's not right. But like I said, it's not EMB because that's what the EMB turned off. Maybe it's depending from EMB that water got reflections and stuttering. No, it's because this is EMB's turned off right now. That's EMB on, that's EMB off. The water's still doing something funky. The reflections are. We may have to reload.
Time for some fun.
It's a level 2 wolf. Okay, wolf. We'll slide tackle you.
Can't fail now.
Come on. I know you're there, buddy. We'll get a bigger weapon. And a boot to the head.
This is where it ends for you.
So if it's doing that over... See, over here it's not... That water looks good. This water is not doing the funky thing. So maybe it was just that cell didn't load right. We're gonna let it go for now. If it does it again, we'll deal with it. We need to find this wolf. That wolf is directly in front of us. Because we're doing Kind's quests. What's going on over here? They killed the horse. Uh-oh, goblins. We have goblins
Face your
and
final
a
battle
dragon.
with some dignity.
We just plucked an arrow in him right when he was jumping. A little goblin. He had 15 spears. We got a dragon here too. Where's the dragon? I hear ya. Sounds like he's close. Oh, now he's flying away. Alright, cool. Never been able to stick around long enough to get the specs on your rig. They're in the description. But if you want to know, the processor is an i9-10850. The graphics card is an Asus 3090. The RAM is DDR4
Face your death with some honor.
and 32 gigabytes at 3200 megahertz. And then I'm running a couple of M.2 SSDs and a few SATA SSDs. But the game is on an M.2. Where is this guardian wolf? Oh, there's the guardian wolf. She's quite the archer. So really, the bottleneck on my system is the processor. You get a lot of VRAM, that's my issue. I only have 10. You got a 3060. Yeah. Well, you won't be able to see it unless let me alt tab. Let me get up here. If I turn this on, you'll be able to see it. Yeah, right now we're pulling 20 gigs worth of system RAM and 20 gigs worth of VRAM. So that's a lot of VRAM. That's a lot of system RAM. And we're running a 3090 at 91% usage at 1950 megahertz. The CPU's running at 4.9 gigahertz at 26%. Temperatures are looking okay though. It's holding below 70 C. But yeah, that's some cray amount of VRAM. Boris is working on for EMB FSR. Okay. Well, FSR 3? Because I've heard good things about FSR 3. 3080, not a 3060? Yeah, the 3060, there are some 3060s that have 12 gigs worth of VRAM. But the 3080 is limited to 10. And I ran 2K textures also, but I've just put so much content into the game that it's, you know, and I'm using higher poly models and stuff. That just it really fills up the...
You've
oh my
sealed
gosh,
your fate.
really? It jump scare me. See, you dirt sog. But I think, you know, I looked at, okay, well, what are my resources? What resources do I have available? And then I went, okay, well, you know, I can push it to its limit. And that's kind of what I did. I pushed it. But, you know, holding above 50 frames a second in a heavy forest area here, well, above 45. Okay, above 35? No. So it's crazy. You can find gameplay from Avatar Frontiers of Pandora FSR 3 on your channel. Okay. Are you on an AMD graphics card? Are you running native FSR 3? We have horse poop in our game, and we can collect it. It's kind of poisonous though. Currently, I am running... Well, if I turn that off, you can see it. This is Pure Dark's upscaler running DLSS. So I'm running DLSS right now. Because I'm upscaling this to 3440 by 1440. So my native resolution is widescreen 1440p. Thank you, Gears. The Link Ninja strikes again. Squirrel! Oh no, there's bad guys over here. But we want that really bad, so we're going to grab that. You're on a Sapphire, huh? Radeon 7900 XTX, playing at 4K ultra quality. Cool.
Ha! Yeah! You truly believe you can kill me? You are deluded.
These are some ugly little buggers. I think I put one right between his eyes. What do you think? And it came all the way out his back end. Yeah, Skyrim's on an older game engine though too. So you got to figure this is only a DirectX 11 game. I think Pandora's a DirectX 12 game. A lot of mine, the bottleneck also comes from that. The draw calls here are only 77,000, so that's not bad. But we're pulling 53 frames a second and pumping out about 58. Well, it's nowhere near 4K. 4K is about 8 million pixels. I'm about 5.8 million pixels is what this is pumping. So, but you know, I'm pretty happy with what I'm getting out of Skyrim. Not bad for a 12-year-old game. With 1,300 mods in it. And a lot of graphical mods. And we're running Dynalod 3.0. So we've got no grass and objects. So there's a lot going on. Cannot sleep with enemies nearby. What are the enemies that are nearby? Probably slaughterfish, if I had to guess. So it means we need to go... Well, let's go this way. Wonder if we can camp over here with this hunter. We probably won't mind if we join him. Can we sleep in their tent? No. We can set up our tent over here. Says we still have bad guys nearby. It's flashing red. See the red around the screen? Alright, so we should be able to sleep here. Yeah, we're going to set it up in the middle of the road. Play a little flute. Do a little dance. Get down tonight. And it's going to let me rest. Okay, so 9 and 10, 7 in the morning. We'll give that a shot. Get up. Still a little dark. It's a bit froggy out this morning. Should we clear up the weather? Sure. There we go. Alright, so we took care of that guy. Now we need to go north-ish. Need to take out the mud crab. Let's do a little skydiving. What do you think? Check out some of those LODs. Over Illinois deep. Looks like we're just going to clear the mountain here. Come down on the White Run Valley. There's a big dragon over there. So where is... Okay, so we want to go that way. I know what dragon that is. Do you know what dragon that is? That's Alduin, the World Eater. Alright, coming in for a landing. Are you're gonna wuss out and fly away? Before you even summon this guy. Alduin just wussed out. Can we shoot him? We sure can. Well, maybe not. It's like stuck in the ground. That's a giant. And now it's raining on me. Alright, well, we're going to go take out the crab. Can we milk the cow? Totally can. Now we have milk. A little bit of lightning. Yeah, that was a world eater, but he ran away. Uh-oh. Hey, what's up?
You don't stand a chance.
You're all invisible.
Making an art of triggering traps.
Now we're taking your little friend out over there, too. Where are you at? Oh, you're over there. Oh! That's what happens when I get headshotted.
Give me a challenge. Time for some fun.
Okay, where'd you go?
You won't live to see tomorrow.
You want to make a bet?
My story will not end here. Nice try, darling. Yeah!
Oh, now we got the Guardian mud crab.
You will
after us.
die, but your failure will remain.
You little mud crab minions. Where's the big guy? Oh, hey. There's the big guy. Okay, we took him out. Now we gotta take this guy out.
Quiet now. You can do better than that. Try that again. I dare you.
Gotcha. Now we're out of breath. Catch your breath, girl. Okay, good. Imperial. Well, at least the rain's starting to let up a little bit. Still got some thunder and lightning, though. How are we doing on coffee? We got coffee. We're a little thirsty, though. What do we got? Take a drink. Should we work a little bit on our archery skill? Snag. Coming up on Rorikstead. Squirrel! I see a sky shard. We gotta make a pit stop, though. Ooh, watch out for the horse muck. Alright, here we are. Welcome to Fat's Garden. They look pretty ripe. What do you think? Let's go get that sky shard. Come on, you can hop the fence. Hop the fence. There we go. We have bees. Squirrel! One of three. One of a number. One of 9. Oh wait, that was something else. Do we have a skill point? Yes, we do. We have a perk point we can increase. Where should we dump it? Probably into something to do with either light armor or... What do we got over here? Iron Fist? Why are we missing... We're missing our little lights are gone. Long shot. Steady hand. I wonder why our lights are gone. Let's try that again. Yeah, our lights are gone. Block is at 23. Smithing is at 30. Advanced workshop. No. Dwarven autocannon. Don't care about it. Merrick. Contemporary Merrick, Elven, Shinton, Dwarven. Let's do Elven. We're going to throw a save right here. Now we need to go get the skeever. The skeever's way up north. Run, 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 jump. I can be your backpack while you run. Oh, hey, hey, now. Oh, I hear you, doggy. Where are you? You're such a cute little dog. Okay, I can't hurt you. You're too cute. Talking Stone Camp. How come we still have a dagger in our hand? Probably because it's the offhand dagger that goes with the bow.
Surrender, or don't. You're dead either way.
Oh, we got goblins. We'll let the fox live. But these goblins gotta go.
Once I'm done with you, there will... Is that your best? Nice try, darling.
Made short work of those guys. And now we go jump off a cliff. Should we go jump off a cliff? Sure, why not? Sploosh!
Thanks for wasting my time. Someone's gonna get hurt, all right. I'll try and make this quick.
At least make this worth my time. Scream, plea, or pray. None of it will matter soon. Your legacy will be as... Ha! 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 Yeah! Ready as I'll ever be. Treading with caution.
I love slide tackle.
Yeah! Ha!
Hey, eyeball hanging out. Wouldn't let me loot him either. Skeever. It'll let me loot this one. we got here? That's a sword. Alright, pushing a cart, pushing a cart, pushing a cart, pushing a cart, pushing a cart. Oh, wait. I see a sky shard I want. I see bad guys too. See bad guys? Oh my gosh, really? You guys keep moving around. I can't snipe you. Alright, should we go in with the pig pokers? We'll go in with the pig pokers.
Yeah.
Into the shadows.
Someone do something.
Yeah!
Somebody help.
Big mistake.
You're mine.
Silence.
Bigger weapon.
That's what you want. You'll pay for that.
That one hurt. You can't challenge me.
This is the end for you.
Prepare to die.
I'll kill you. I swear it. I won't hold back.
Yeah!
That's alright, neither will I.
Come on, she's not so tough. No,
You will die, but your failure will remain.
I can take you.
Well, you think you can. Here, I'll just bash you and cut you in half. Where's the bad guys? Alright, we're taking the sky shard. Probably got the bandit leader in here.
Found it.
Yep.
Got me good. Merely a scratch. Yeah!
Nothing.
Let's get this. Suffer the consequences. You will not be missed.
Took him. Have we read that book yet? Black Arrow, Volume 2. We've already read that book. We'll take that. We'll take that. What else we got? A new hand touches the beacon. Should we? Should we? Yeah, what the hell?
A new hand touches the beacon. Listen, hear me and obey. A foul darkness has seeped into my temple, a darkness that you will destroy. Return my beacon to Mount Kilcreath, and I will make you the instrument of my cleansing light.
I like the new voice for Meridia. She doesn't sound quite as bossy. Oh, really?
Sound.
you won't leave here alive.
Treading with caution.
Get out of sneak mode.
Kill you!
Why are you in sneak mode?
Can't fail now.
Get out of sneak mode. Get out of sneak mode. Get out of sneak. Okay.
Meet your end.
Well, that works. We can do that. Like, why are you stuck in sneak mode? Oh, you're in the middle of a kill move. That's why. Well, that's it for the banditos. What do we got over here? Oh dear.
Divines await you. Your story ends here. Eternal rest.
Fuzzy deer. Dinner. Who do we have walking on the road here? Is this the guy on his pilgrimage? Yep.
I'm on a pilgrimage to the shrine of Azura, the goddess of twilight.
If you'll excuse me. I don't think we found Miko yet. We do need to go north. The weather is dreadful. But I kind of dig it. I wonder how come they never clean up this body. Or the arrows. Dinner, we found dinner. That's right, we sure did. And a few arrows. And a bad seam in the road. Where exactly are we? I'll fix that later, but I need to know where we're at. We are at minus 2316. Road. Okay. I will fix that seam a little later. You can see how it's just not, it didn't get clicked in. That'll be an easy one to fix. Just move it down a little bit. I would fix it now, but every time I go into the creation kit, YouTube drops the stream, so. Okay, you're pretty bold there, horsey. Why the long face? Oh.
This is where it ends for you.
Miko's usually on the road, but I don't see him. You think he's hiding out in his shack? Maybe. Miko. Miko. Not dead dude's laying on the bed. Well, after all my years living in these woods, it looks like Rock Joint will finally be the end of me. I guess that's fine. All my friends are long dead. The only one left is poor Miko. He was always a loyal companion, and I know he'll be able to take care of himself. I hope someday I'll see him again. Sad story. But they have garlic. And a fish. And tomatoes. Dance and Fire Volume 6. Speech. Nice. I'll take the carrots too. And I'll take the leeks and the apples. I guess I took everything. Although some of that I didn't want. Like I didn't want the bucket. Or the tankard. Everything else we'll take. Let's use our little wisp again. I like that light source. Very cool. There's Miko. What are you staring down the cat? What's up, Furball? Alright, I guess we gotta follow Miko back to his home. He's leading us to the house that we were just at. Yeah, I hear you, Miko. I'm coming. There you are. What's up, boy?
What's wrong, boy? Do you want to come with me? Come on. You can follow me if you want.
Alright, we're gonna travel for a bit. We gotta kill a skeever, but then we'll take you to Lod. What do we got? 4:30. Yeah, keep up, Miko. You take out a couple undead on the way.
Focus.
Go get him, Miko. What a loyal hound.
You think you stand a chance?
Matter of fact, I do. Especially if Miko's over there kicking your butt. Where are you people?
God, no!
I got this.
Why?
Go get her, Miko.
That's all you
Light steps.
Take out the necro. We got another one down there. Okay, let's go get him.
May you find.
Nice.
What was that?
You're dead.
Easy does it. Caught me off guard. Try that again. I dare. Okay.
Do your worst.
Big mistake.
Mercy!
Trying to kill me, and then they're calling for mercy.
Treading with caution.
Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. At least your connection isn't stream super laggy. The stream shouldn't be laggy. We're pulling 50 frames a second. Oh, you know what it is? I know what it is. Hold on one second. We're running display capture and game capture. Here, try that. Is that a little smoother? That should look a lot smoother. Yeah, no mercy. So tell me if that looks better, Ghost. That should look a lot smoother. But that looks like a big hole in the ground. Hey, that's one of my arrows. I'll take that. Yeah, it happens when I'm running display capture. For some reason, it gets all choppy. But if I'm just running game capture in OBS, it's really smooth. Then you'll see exactly what I'm seeing, which is pretty smooth gameplay. Like I said, right now but if I do that, you guys can't see the overlay, right? The only way I'd be able to do it is you can see this because that's part of the game. So the only way I could show the FPS counter would be to turn it on there. And we're staying above 40 frames a second for the most part, which isn't bad. A couple drops down in the 30s, but still playable. I'd say the overall average is right around 50 though. Okay, that is not a sky shard. I'm kind of bummed. Hey!
Once I'm done with you, there will be nothing left to bury.
Big bar. Well, Nico, you're going to be disappointed in me after screwing with engine fixes for a couple hours. I still couldn't get over the auto-disable plugins on load. Currently doing another fresh install. I am not disappointed in you. What makes you think I'd be disappointed in you? No engine fixes for me. I'm grumpy and I want to play. Been trying to get my game like 2 weeks now. Well, get it running however you can. Doesn't mean you won't be able to come back to engine fixes later. It has some really nice features that I think, you know, people should run. But I'm not going to tell you how to run your game. There is no right or wrong way, right? As long as you're enjoying it and having a good time, you're doing it right. So get it running and enjoy it and have a good time with it. And then worry about other things. Make sense? See, I don't know why we're only pulling like 42 frames a second here. Probably because I'm running a stream. If I'm not running a stream, it usually runs around 45 to 50. So I lose about 5 frames running a stream. Just annoyed, figured out, you know, like to be able to learn rather than hit a brick wall. Yeah, well, there's still an opportunity to learn. But like you said, you just want to play your game already. I get it. I get it. I get that way too sometimes. I'm like, you know, screw it. I just want to play. Assassin.
That's your best?
Not a very good assassin. So yeah, that's more like the frame rate I'm used to seeing, like 50, some 58. Like that way is good. This way it's a little less. But what's the draw calls here? Only 8,000. So that's not a draw call limit. We're pulling about 18 gigs worth of VRAM, but that's a CPU. My CPU is running at like 30% usage, which means that the core that Skyrim is on is running at like 100%. Where's the skeever? That way. That is a really big, ugly guy over there. And we should probably put a couple arrows in.
Can't miss.
Headshot. Headshot. Ogre. Ripping your teeth out. Okay, we have 2 bear pelts. We need 8 more for Timba. Ooh, squirrel! Wonder if we can climb up to it. Hey, we made it. 3 of 3. We can go up another perk point. Can't remember if I mentioned before, Nico, but if you enjoy learning about real-life sword techniques, you did mention that. You did mention that. And I studied a little bit with swords. Not a whole lot. I only own one sword. I don't know why I'm missing part of my perk tree stuff, though. Quite fun to learn, even about practicality. Star Wars blades. Oh, okay. Well, lockpicking's only at 20. Can do bear traps. Not interested in that. Light armor's at 34. Archery's at 41. We can pump more into archery. Steady hand, not that interested in. Clean kill, we already have. Yeah, for some reason I'm not getting these. Crippling shot would be good. Thread the needle would be good too. Arrows and bolts slow the target within 25 feet. So we'll take that. And then we're going to throw a save here. Memory of Swiss cheese. No, that's okay. Alright, like, well, the lighting that's here is phenomenal. What do we got going on up there? Bandit.
Can't wait to count out
I'll
your
never get tired of killing these bastards.
You'll be so much easier to run when you're.
So much
Meet your
easier to
end.
rob when you're... Good job, Nico. Look at the carnage. Oh my gosh, Miko just came and tore him up. Heller. What's up? Or should I say wasabi? What's happening? This is an interesting story too, with the dead horse in the cart. Stamina. Magica. Stamina. Dance and fire. Miko. Such a loyal hound. I will say I'm learning MO2 decently quickly. Yeah, MO2 is not that bad, and it has some really nice features. Like I said, if you go to the right pane, you can click on data, and you can go through the virtual data folder, and you can hide files and get to the files that are below them. So if you're running 2 or 3 different tree mods, you can pretty much pick and choose what tree you want for every single option, you know, which is cool. I like being able to individually manage my load order. So after loot does the job. Vortex was so much more limited. Well, the same guy made Vortex that made MO2. Same person made both those programs. That's and Wabbajack too, but that's Halgari. Very talented individual. But I've used Vortex. It didn't allow me to do certain things I wanted to do. Whereas MO2 allowed me to do certain
I'm
things.
on my way to Solitude to join the Legion. A united empire is better for everyone.
Mainly messing with files. Vortex kept telling me that it was managing my files and wouldn't let me delete or change or move things. And I didn't like that. I want to be able to delete and change and move things. I want to be able to break it. Darn it. Let me break my game. Vortex is like, no, no, no. You don't know enough to break your game. So, I mean, for people who don't want to deal with it, you know, don't want to worry about breaking their game. Oh, sorry, Miko. I thought you were a wolf there for a second. He kind of looks like a wolf. So, you know, and Vortex is kind of a, I don't know, you set up rules, right? And it'll sort your load order or do things based on rules that you set up. Whereas MO2 is more about the order in which they were installed and then the order in which they're being used, the way loot has them, right? The Guardian Skeever's over here. It's got a big blade. We're dropping right in from the top, baby. Taking you out.
No escape now.
And your little friends, too. I love that nebula. That's the Atlantis Nebula from 4K Night Skies. And then the moons are, I don't remember the name of the mod, but man, they're nice. Should we go talk to Debella? We can go visit Debella. She's over here. And the snow is, this is Nordic snow that's parallaxed, which is really nice also. Okay, I thought she was over here. There she is. Looking at MO2, the page just physically looks harder to understand. At least to me, Vortex was more child-friendly, lack of better phrase. You'll get it.
Run, and I might not chase you.
Malevolent skeletons, oh no.
Scream, plea, or pray.
Go get him, Miko.
None of it will matter soon. Is that the best you've got? Yeah! Oh, I'm sorry. Was that supposed to hurt?
Okay, they're not taking any damage. Why are they not taking any damage?
Ugh, give me a challenge.
Yeah, they're not taking
Prepare to die.
They're not taking any damage. So we're running.
Just a scratch.
Hey. Enough with the arrows already. We're running away. Let me run away. We're dying. You guys were killing me.
Time touch of healing.
They were not taking any damage. Well, I guess we're pretty cold because we're running kind of slow. And we're a little bit blurred, so let's stand next to this fire and warm up a little bit. If we don't warm up, we're going to die from hypothermia. Well, at least it's warming us up. All right. We're sliding in.
Keep it.
I need to go do some mining. We need some quicksilver because I need to improve my weapons. I think the first thing you should do for MO2 is get separators, because then you can look at it and it'll make a lot more sense with things separated. Such a good dog.
Hey, someone had to take it, right?
Yep, and it was me. What we really need is a good ebony mine.
Watch what you're doing.
I am. I'm mining. Unfortunately, you're in my way, dude. So we're gonna mine it the other way.
Don't do that.
That's how you mine when they're in the
Out
way.
of sight.
I think that's everything. Let's go smelt it. Okay, we got 8. Can we improve? We don't have a sharpening stone here. We have a workbench. End up smacking. Trying to do that. Good evening. Paisley, what's up? Brr. Paisley Jedi. Oh. Oh. We were working on putting other armors into Bathing Beauty's luxury suite so that we could dress people up. But we had a few extra pieces. That is a really weird looking helm. This armor is not bad though. Kind of cute with the short skirt. And it's SMP enabled.
Low profile.
Which means she has a little bit of a bounce.
Okay. Okay. Quiet.
Chilling out after doggos dragged me curbs and dragged you outside? Yeah. Also warming up. Yeah, I took them out, my doggos out this morning in the rain. So they got to walk. And then I had to dry them off when I got home and had to warm them up and warm me up. We're going back to the armor we were wearing. That one. But we can put that on and we can put that on. Stay a little warmer. Let's set up a tent. We'll do this in the daytime. Now we got to make it all the way back to Froki, because that's what we were doing. But I think we'll stop by and see Laud on the way, so we can drop Miko off at Laud. $2 a.m. Get going at about 9 in the morning. It sounds like we're a little cold. Our health's going down. We have 2 perk points to increase. Let's put some more into this. Steady hand, not that interested. Thread the needle, I like. Fight marks, class of champions, like a lamb. Disciplined fighter, stamina cost of power attacks, one-handed. We'll take that. Or we already have that. What's this one? Can't do that one. Two-handed weapons. Furious strength. Power attack damage, two-handed weapons increased. Okay, we'll take that. No. I said we'll take that. Yeah, we are cold. See how we're blurred and we're hurting? We need a fire. We're moving really slow. Our health is low. Yeah, we're gonna die unless we get near a fire. We gotta warm up. Alright, we're gonna stand here for a while. I'll probably turn that off. Yeah, we're warming up. Waiting for it to tell me that I'm warm. We should really heal up.
Oh.
You know, while we're standing here, we might as well pray to our deity, right? Since we gotta be here anyway. Might as well pray. Now we're almost at 60% with shore. Alright, well, we should be warm enough to move now. Oh yeah, we're warmed up. Let's get back south to a more temperate climate. And we're on our way to Froki. We're hungry and thirsty too. Should we stop by at the Vigilance? This is the Vigilance of Stendar place. Hall of the Vigilant. Yeah, I have any fire source really. You know, even if I light a corpse on fire, it'll warm me. So like, you know, the Vigilance place is on fire, right? I should be able to walk in here, and this should warm me up. These should be a valid fire source for heat. Well, they should be. I don't know if they're going to be. How about we just get back to a more temperate climate? If we come around the corner here, we'll be a little better in the weather. Well, it says we're being warmed up, so that's good. We're almost out of the snow. What do we got going on over here? Some little reeklings down there creating havoc. Squirrel! Yeah. That's a Corvingent, isn't it? Looks like we got a troll.
Your legacy will be as a mere footnote in the chronicles of my victories. You can't challenge me.
Go get him, Miko. You think you got a wolf? I got a wolf too. Good job, Miko. Can I pet you?
Good dog.
Bandit trained wolf. Alright, we're going this way.
Divines await you.
Headshot. Right in the noodle.
Making an art of triggering traps.
Do a little fence running. It's a guard. A little bit of snow. Kitty cat.
On high.
So this should be a source of warmth. We have bad guys.
Meet your reckoning.
That's not a bad guy. Bandit Whisperer. I'm glad to see you guys got it under control. We'll take the free water. And the lockpick and the ultimate healing. That is a very overpowered ring, so we're not going to take it. What's up, buddy?
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something in the old fort near Riften.
Yeah, Duroc already hit me up. Duroc already asked me. What's up, Cobra?
Need something?
Super Junior. Hot springs will warm you, but not the burning building and the vigilance. Yeah. Well, the braziers will warm me, like these. If I stand near these guys, they'll warm me up. It says I am comfortable, the heat warms me. You see the little heat symbol there. So those will warm me up. Plans to blow a finger off in New Year's? No. No. Where I live, they don't allow us to have fireworks that explode anymore. I mean, when I was a kid, we could go to Chinatown and we could get, you know, bricks of firecrackers and bottle rockets and M80s and, you know, all kinds of fun stuff. But they don't sell that anymore in California. They have what they call safe and sane fireworks. Two-foot tall flame. Yeah, I mean, if I really wanted to make some noise, I've got some blanks for the AK. 7.62 by 3.9 blanks. But that might call the cops. You know, the cops might show up if I fire that thing off. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure they would show up. Better book. She's gonna blow. We want those fire salts, though. We're collecting those for Ballamond. They don't hear any other noise either, but that doesn't stop my entire neighborhood. Yeah. Well, there's people over here that get a hold of stuff that you can tell is not safe and sane. You know? Mexican neighbors are already partying. Well, I'll tell you what, when I was down in Mexico, they had some good fireworks down there. I have an AK. I have a lot of AKs. I wrote books on how to build AKs. I helped build more than 500 AKs from old parts kits. So yeah, I know my way around the AK-47 really well. I could probably rip it apart and put it back together blindfolded, no problem. And the AK-74. I think my favorites, though, are the Yugoslavian variants. They're different. They're not... The Yugos copied the AK design. They weren't trained by Russians. Like the Romanians and the Hungarians and the Polish, they were all trained by Russians. Right? The Russians came and helped them build factories and taught them how to make AKs. So all those parts are, I mean, the Polish, you've got a couple of parts that are a little bit different. Like on the Polish side folder is a little bit different. But for the most part, the parts are interchangeable. Now, Yugoslavians, they copied the design, but they didn't copy the size of everything. So the parts for the Yugo are Yugo specific. They won't fit in another AK. So, and the ones, my favorite AK is a re-weld. It was a milled receiver, a a really early version of the M70 Yugoslavian M70B1, which would be a solid stock Yugo. It's got the flip-up grenade sight on the front that shuts the gas block off, which is unique to Yugos. Because the Yugos were kind of interesting because they were they built kind of the 1970s Cadillac of AK-47s, and the reason they did that was because they were launching grenades from the barrel, from the bore. What they would do is they had a screw-on grenade launcher that would screw onto the muzzle, and they had a flip-up grenade sight that was on the gas block that would lock the gas block off and also be the grenade sight, right? And then they would load a blank and they would put a grenade on the end of the barrel and they would fire the blank, boonk, and shoot that grenade. So they were using it like a grenade launcher. The problem with this is it built up a lot more pressure than firing a round. So they were splitting barrels. So they had
Fine, I guess I'll kill you then.
They had to create they had to make thicker barrels to handle the pressure. And then they were also splitting the receivers. So the Yugo AK receiver is 1.5 mil on a pressed flat, whereas the standard Russian is a 1 mil. So and then they were also splitting front trunnions. So the front trunnion of a Yugo is bulged. There's more metal.
Victory is yours. I submit. You don't stand a chance. I'm going to put you down.
Your destiny is sealed.
But I went even one further. The early Yugos were on milled receivers, and those things you could run them over with a car, and they'll still work.
You're already dead.
You know, I know a lot of people really like the AR platform, and I don't blame them. Gene Stoner had a great idea. He put all of the pressure in direct line with the barrel. So the AK's got a big piston. It's piston driven, right, above the barrel. So there's a lot of recoil on an AK, whereas the AR-15 or M16 platform, the gas comes back behind the bolt and actually pushes the bolt forward to unlock it from the locking lugs before it cycles. So it's a very low recoil gun. Also, it's only 5.56 by 4.5, so it's a smaller round.
Run, and I might not chase you.
Son of a...
I like the 7.62 by 3.9 though, and the reason I like it, well, here's the
Let's
other
dance.
thing. In AR, you better run it wet. You better run it, you better oil it, soak it with oil, because as soon as you get some carbon built up in it, they'll jam if you don't run them wet. If you're firing a couple hundred rounds, you know. And the reason for that is not a fault with the gun so much as a fault with the cartridge. The 5.56 by 4.5 has straight sides. So if there's any carbon built up in the chamber, it'll get stuck. Whereas the 7.62 by 3.9 is a tapered round. The cartridge is tapered, so it's a wedge. It wants to go into the chamber, it wants to come back out of the chamber. And even if it gets sand or dirt or carbon built up in the chamber, it'll still chamber and fire because of the shape of the cartridge. So people say, oh, you know, AK platform is so reliable. Well, it's not really the AK platform that's reliable. It's the shape of the cartridge that makes it reliable. I built I built 3 AR-15s. One of them I built in 22 long rifle for my daughter to shoot when she first started shooting. I started taking her to the range. She was about 6, 7 years old. And I would just give her a big old box of 22 long rifle and say, here, have fun. You know, and taught her firearm safety and everything else. Oh, the M1. M1 is a good rifle. I had an M1 Garand in 30-06 that I ended up selling. It was just a service rifle from the CMP. The thing about that, though, is you really have to fire rounds that are a little bit lower powder. Otherwise, it'll bend the op rod on an M1 Garand, and you don't want to bend the op rod because then it won't fire. But yeah, you got six shots, and then ping, clip pops out. So yeah, that's a wonderful sound. Hi, welcome to Nico, and this is how we shoot stuff. Yeah, I've shot a lot of stuff. Mainly paper. I did a lot of target shooting. With my first wife, that was kind of our date. When the kids were in school, and you know, if I had the day off, we'd go to the range. And she used to give me a hard time about, well, you got to buy another kit? How many of those do you need? And I'm like, well, you know, this one's it's a Hungarian, you know, it's a Hungarian side folder. It's a different, you know, different thing. It's an AMD 65, right, or whatever. And but then after a while, she kind of gave up on giving me a bad time about it. And she's like, well, when's it going to be built so I can shoot it? She was a good woman. She was a good woman. She was a good shot, too. My current wife is ex-military. She was in the Army. So she knows her way around guns pretty well, too. Got rid of all of his after he had 9 kids. He was in Vietnam, standard infantry. Got in the Marines, yeah. Well, I never did any military service, but, you know, firearms, I wasn't really interested in firearms. You know what's funny is modding and firearms kind of go together. You want to hear the story? The story of Nico Roshi. Story of Nico Roshi goes like this. 2004, I broke my ankle really bad. Took 6 screws and a metal plate to put me back together. So I was laid up for a while. And my good friend, who used to be my roommate before I got married, bought me Morrowind. I had a laptop computer with a Pentium 4 processor and 512 gigs of RAM, right? And integrated graphics. And I could play Morrowind on it. And then I found out, okay, hey, wait, I can get mods. So I started modding my Morrowind on my laptop. And I got to the point where the poor little integrated graphics couldn't handle it anymore. And so then I taught myself how to build a tower. And the first tower I built had an AMD processor. It was a AMD Athlon 64 FX55 and DDR2
Time to introduce myself.
RAM, and it had a 6800 GT graphics card. But that was more than enough to play Morrowind modded at high, you know, high graphic settings. And then Oblivion came out in 2006, and I bought it on the day of its release. I was pre-ordered it and was down at GameStop when they opened. to go pick it up. I brought it home, slapped it in my gaming rig, and it wouldn't play. It kept crashing the desktop, blue screen to death, you know, it was terrible. So instead of giving up, I got on Bethesda's official forums, and I started talking to people there, and they taught me how to clean up background programs on Windows and how to get rid of malware, spyware, overhead in my system, and clean the registry and everything else so that Oblivion could actually play. And while I was there, I met... Can't use this while using something... Oh, okay. While I was there, I met somebody from Venezuela who he wanted to make a mod. And I thought, okay, well, maybe it's time I give something back to the community that gave me so much. What are the Dawn Guard Huskies from? I don't know, you're talking about Miko? Miko's not a husky. This is actually a red wolf. And it's from Criticitty. And if you look up, it's actually Better Miko. We'll give you option for different colored wolf models for Miko. But if you want better looking wolves, go get Better Wolves. It's a mod that was made for Legendary Edition, so you'll find it there. But it's just meshes and textures, so you can dump it right into Special Edition. It'll play just fine. You don't need to convert anything. There's no ESP or anything that goes with it. And the Huskies that are walking around with the Dawn Guard, I think they might be from Dawn Guard sentries. Yeah, the Dawn Guard guys with the Huskies. Those are Dawn Guard sentries. So look for a mod called Dawn Guard Sentries. And I think that comes with the Huskies. Someone need to do a dual crossbow? Heavy crossbow mods? Yeah, you know, I'm not into the crossbows, so I'm not going to do it. I did bows. Oh, no problem, Paisley. Dawn Guard Sentries, good mod. Basically, if you have things that are breaking into your towns and killing your townspeople, Dawn Guard Sentries will help protect the towns. And you can make them essential so that they won't die. We need to go south. We're trying to go here. We're going to place a marker there. So anyhow, back to the story of Nico Roshi. Ooh, look, drug dealer.
This one has something sweet for the fellow traveler, if it entices.
Should we take his drugs?
What are you talking about?
The finest skooma, the sweetest moon sugar, at a fair price, of course.
Just give me what you have and we both walk away from this.
No need to get so hostile. Just take it. Sounds like you need it more than I do.
We intimidated him out of his drugs. Cool. So anyhow, I met this guy from Venezuela who wanted to make a mod. Oh, no problem, Paisley. And he went by Sir Drake, and he knew how to texture things, but he didn't know how to make 3D models. So I basically taught myself how to make 3D models.
No escape now.
And I wanted to do something that nobody else was doing. So I decided to do bows. And that was, I kind of bit off quite a bit, you know. That was a tall order. Nobody was making bows because they had bow morphs. And until Wendy figured out how to trick Nifscope into thinking two models were the same model and drawing the morph in between it, yeah, I was hand inputting X, Y, and Z vertice locations for, 2,000 vertices, which was crazy, right? Crazy. I spent hours doing that, and it still didn't work, until Wendy figured it out. So thank you, Wendy. And then once she figured it out, I started making bows, and then started making swords and making other things, There is a Rift Goblin camp that way. Well, anyhow, back to the story. So I was having fun doing it. I kept doing it, and then I get contacted by somebody from Connecticut, who was a talented script writer. He did scripting, and he went by Hobbs. And he's like, "Well, I wanna make a mod, and I was wondering if you wanted to help out. I need somebody to make some models of some arrows." And so, working with Hobbs and another very talented scripter, Fly, we made a mod called Arrows of the Alien King. And I ended up doing some voice acting on that. So I ended up learning about Ventrilo. I didn't even know about Ventrilo or anything like that before then. And had a good time with Hobbs. And Hobbs was the leader of a gaming clan for first-person shooters, mainly, called Firing Squad. And he asked me to join his gaming clan. And so I said, yeah, sure. So I ended up joining Firing Squad, and in 2008, we decided to all get together. We were all over 21. And we got online every Friday, and we would play games like Call of Duty and Battlefield, things like that. First-person shooters mainly. And we had a lot of fun with like Rainbow Six, New Vegas, right? And so that was a lot of fun too. So we decided to get together, and we're like, okay, well, where's a good place to get together? And we're like, okay, Vegas. Let's go to Las Vegas. So 4 of us got together the first year we did it in Las Vegas.
You look awful. Better not get me sick.
Uh-oh, I'm sick?
I've defeated the Guardians.
Maybe you're not so soft after all. Now you're ready.
So
for
we did a lot of
real
drinking,
challenge.
did a lot of
I'll
smoking,
anoint
did a lot
you
of
with the symbol of
gambling,
the bear,
went and saw
the saber cat,
shows,
and the mammoth.
had just a
Tread
blast
carefully.
in Vegas.
These are mighty beasts.
And
Here's
then
where you need to go.
you need a Guinness? What we call the chewy ale. You have to chew it before you swallow.
All right, then.
So we decided that, okay, well, we run around in these games, first-person shooters, and shoot all these guns, right, at each other in these games. Why don't we go shoot full auto for real? So there's a place in Vegas down off Tropicana that's called the Gun Store, where you can rent full auto guns and shoot them in their range. So I got to shoot an Uzi and an AK, an AR. I got to shoot 13 different full auto guns. And I was hooked. I came home and bought my first pistol, which was a Glock 17. And then I found out that I could make an AR-15. I built one of those. Then I built another one. Then I built a third one. And then I found out that you could get these old cut-apart AK kits. And I started rebuilding them. And then I the ones I started with were milled receivers because I was a welder and I could re-weld them. And that's what I did. I built a jig and I welded them back together and built guns. And then I learned how to do press flats from a bunch of guys called the AK team down in Los Angeles. They invited me to come down there and teach them how to re-weld because they didn't know how to do re-welds and they wanted some milled receiver AKs also. And then I started, basically tutoring people up here in Northern California that wanted to learn. And like I said, I've helped build more than 500 of them. And then I was contacted by somebody from, he's actually a member of a forum called Weapons Guild, and he's a publisher. And he's like, I want to write a book. And on building an AK. And so, but he had a kit that he wanted to build also. So I got together with him, and he tried to take good notes while he was learning to build an AK, but he showed them to me to kind of go over, and I'm like, okay, no, this is wrong. This is wrong. You got this backwards, you can't publish this. So I rewrote it for him. And that's how I ended up becoming a published author. It's not something I chose. I rewrote it, and I broke the book into 2 parts. The first one is headspace and barrel population. And good night, Gears. And the second one is on how to build the kit, how to build an AK kit. And they're on Amazon. You can find them. Just look up Nico Roshi on Amazon, and you'll find the 2 books I wrote. They're there. But yeah, that's how I got into AKs. So modding and AKs they're connected. If I never would have broke my ankle in 2004, I never would have got hooked on Elder Scrolls. I never would have learned to mod. I never would have gone to Vegas. I never would have been part of Firing Squad. I never would have got hooked on building guns. I never would have wrote books. So it's kind of interesting how one thing happening in your life can change the direction of your whole life, of where you go, what you do. So yeah, kind of interesting how all that fit together. We're looking for hawk feather to cure disease. So now you know the story of Nico Roshi. When I started modding, I took that name because Nico Roshi, N-E-K-O-R-O-S-H-I, is from a book called 3 Samurai Cats. And it's a book I read to my kids when they were young. But it's about an old, decrepit, one eye, one claw, beat up old samurai cat that ended up defeating his enemy by letting his enemy defeat himself. And I kind of could relate with that, with the whole broken ankle and everything, and kind of the patience I had. Butterfly effect? It would be E-F-F-E-C-T. But I don't know, it's just, everything's connected. And even the bad things that happen to you happen for a reason. At least that's what I believe. There's a dragon up here. Should we go get in a fight? Let's put on a little more armor. We're going to go get in a fight. So yeah, it was definitely a bummer that I broke my ankle. But if I never would have broke my ankle, none of the other stuff would have ever happened. And I wouldn't be here streaming tonight.
Your legacy will be as a mere footnote in the chronicles of my victory.
Oh, Miko just jumped right up on him, didn't he? Ironite, dagger of ice. We'll take all that, thank you. That dragon went down pretty easy. This guy probably not so much. Oh, Miko
Slow and steady.
took him out. We got more bad guys though.
Your legacy will be as a mere footnote in the chronicles of my victories.
And they're shouting at us.
Ha! Run, and I might not chase
To
you.
remove perk
At
points.
least make this worth my time. It's too late to hide, so
if
you better start running.
If you run Valkyrie,
Ready as I'll ever be.
there is a way to create a potion to get all your perk points back. Let's say you're changing from Valkyrie to Ordinator.
My moment.
Right? So if you have 1,337 gold in your inventory, you can make a potion that will basically refund your perk points.
Do you have any last words? Nothing's stopping
that's
me.
the only one I know of is Valkyrie. That'll do that. Oh, you think so, do you? Here, eat that. Here, you want another one?
Think you can hurt me?
Oh, you dog. Oh, now you're gonna yell at me, huh? Alright, fine. Oh my gosh. We just took one to the head. Okay, run. Run.
Face your final battle with some
Heal up.
dignity.
Semi-relate to the ankle. High school basketball game, sophomore year. Went up to block shot and came down from the jump. Landed on the other guy's foot. Oi! Yeah, well, I took a bad step at work. A step that I thought was about a foot, and it was about 3 feet. And when I came down on my ankle, it broke the bottom off the tibia. My foot went all the way around and shattered the fibula. So, yeah. 6 screws and a metal plate later, they put me back together. And about 3 months of healing and physical therapy before I could, walk on it again. And go back to work. That's what you get for yelling at me, buddy.
Come and face me then.
We've got a frost Drayman that's behind
Your
this.
voice is strong for a mortal.
Where are you at, buddy? He's up on top of the hill. Let's go get him. Oh, he's over here.
Now we will see whose Thu'um is the stronger.
Yeah, that would be me, bud.
Clear of sight.
How do you like me now? You lucked out with PT. On-site school trainer asked if he could practice basic PT with me. He had gotten certified. Okay. Only ever been stabbed twice. Gotten bitten by spiders. Okay. Brown the Recluse is no joke. That's no joke. Yeah, he was talking schmack. He does. There's his head right there. So, we got another one. We got a bunch of them.
Don't miss.
That's right, I'm hiding. Oh no. Okay, we need a bigger weapon.
You must have a death wish. So tell me, do you?
We have hordes of undead.
You lack technique.
Oh my gosh. We're gonna die. We're gonna die. Unless we get up here and take this guy out. Alright, here we go.
Let's make magic.
You keep him occupied. There we go. Good job, Miko. Don't have a problem with spider, except frostbite spiders. 3 of my nerves cut and reattached in the left knee. Oh! Literally flipped over and stopped. Oh, yeah. That hurts just thinking about it. I see you. What? What knocked me down? I get knocked down.
Fine.
But
I
I
guess
get
I'll
up
kill you
again.
then. Is that the best you've got?
Quit picking on my dog. Give me your soul. That is knocking me down. And knocking Miko down too. Oh, it's these guys. Oh, you guys are tough too.
Can't miss.
Alright, we need a bigger weapon. And we're going to take these guys out this way.
Covert. Ugh, give me a challenge. You can't challenge me.
Oh boy, we're going to die.
Let's dance.
We're going to die. We're totally going to die.
On full alert. You've sealed your fate. Oh, so calming.
Knock me
You
down
even
again.
trying?
You're never going to keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. These Draymen, they're pretty tough.
Too late to back down now. Let's make magic.
And another one. Yeah, you can't slide tackle him either. Alright, come on out. Come on out and play. You're nothing compared to them Draymen. Creepy spiders in your game, absolutely terrifying. Why you're still playing the game? Because it's a freaking awesome game. All right, get up. We need to
I got
eat.
this.
That is a small food. Bottled water, eat some bread. Give me the cooked bass. All right, we're good. Recently found a heavy metal song. Can't get enough of it. All right, cool.
Making an art.
Oh,
of
hey
triggering
now.
traps.
That wasn't very nice.
Face your final battle with some dignity. Not even a challenge.
Wow, he's gonna kill me. He's totally gonna kill me. We better run. We better run. Think you're all that? Oh, that was nice. Headshot took him out. Put a couple through his skull. Oh, we got another one. Teach you to pick on my dog. Another one? And oh my gosh. Hordes of undead. Where are all these guys coming from? Well, Miko's keeping them busy anyway. Good dog.
Good dog.
There's this I prefer. We have hordes of undead. Monkeys screaming. Not just a bunch of monkeys screaming. Yeehaw. We're out of here. I really have no idea where I'm going. But this looks like a path. So we'll take it. Oh, I know where we are. I think I know where we are. Yeah, I know where we are. Hamar Shame. We'll go up over the hill and come down on the other side. When we get over by Helgen, I think I'm going to call it for the night. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning here, so I should probably get some rest. Although I'm having a good time playing, and game decided to run stable today. So I'm pretty happy about that. We haven't had any crashing, so that's good. How long we been streaming for? 2 hours, 21 minutes. Not bad. It's always nice when the game runs and doesn't crash. So should we get back down to Riverwood before we save? Yeah, why not? We'll go for a little flight.
What was that?
That was me going to Riverwood. Ooh, that's pretty. There's Bleak Falls Barrow. Riverwood is this way. Just past the Weeping Willow. And a little ways up the river. Or down the river. We'll drop it in. Welcome to Riverwood. Yep, and this is where we're going to call it for the night. Yeah, the apocalypse. Cool.
My favorite drinking buddy. Let's get some mead.
Not now. If I don't pull night duty, I'll drink around with you at the Sleeping Giant.
All right. Say goodbye to the kind folks.
You're
I'll
always
see you.
thirsty, just like you're always drunk. Now let me get back to my rounds.
All right. Thanks for hanging out, peeps. I'm going to crash. So until next time, mod it till it breaks. Then mod it some more. Should be a good thing. Tell you what, you were talking about looking at MO2. This is the separator mod that I use. And basically everything is, you know, got its place. I can expand them all. If I go into here and I go expand, you guys can't see it. Okay, I know. Let me turn this on. There we go. Now you can see it. So I can expand all of my mods, and they're all in. Or if I contract them, right, all mods and go collapse. So this is a separator mod that I got off Nexus, and it's pretty darn good. And I can open up, you know, this is just all utilities, and then all modders resource. So it keeps it very organized. And the thing that I was talking about over here is you can go into the data, and let's say you're going to go into data, meshes, weapons. Well, let's go into landscape. The homework folder. I need to go into landscape. Landscape. Okay, there we go. And let's say we go into trees. And what you'll find is I have a bunch of different tree mods in here. But I can find trees that have been overwritten by other trees. They'll show up red. Okay. And if you right click on it, you can hide this one and it'll use the one below it. You see how it's got a line through it? And you can unhide it if you want to go back to using that one. So that's really cool. And you can do that for everything. Let's say rocks. Okay. All of these are being overwritten by something. These are all from Majestic Mountains Complex. So it tells you what mod it's from. And let's say, okay, that's not the rock I want to use for that particular rock. I can hide that and use the one that's below it. Majestic Mountains More Accurate Collision. Okay. So you can hide individual files. That's what I really like about it. And you can really tweak everything to be however you want it by doing that. And it's just, this is, you know, it's a virtual file structure, but it's all here. So this would be just like the files that would be in my data folder if I was running Vortex. And then here's all of my my BSAs and ESPs and ESLs, right? But it's also telling me which ones are being overwritten and what they're being overwritten by. And I can also hide these and go back to a one that's below it. Or let's say I want to get rid of one of these altogether. I can hide the whole ESP. Oh, no problem. So like my dead shrubs, they come from 3D Trees and Landscapes, but I don't want to use the whole mod 3D Trees and Landscapes. So also this filter down here, so if I go 3D Trees, it'll take me right to it. 3D Trees and Plants. Okay, and then if I right click on that and go Explore, open an Explorer, it'll show me the files. And I can go directly into the files, the meshes, landscape, trees, and it'll show me everything that's here. These are all hidden because I'm not using them. So they'll be marked MO hidden. But what you'll notice that I did here is I hid the ESP. So it's not going to load any of these, but I am using some of the assets from this to overwrite other things. So I just needed the meshes and textures. I didn't need the ESP file. So you can do things like that also, which gives you just a lot of leeway. And if you clear this, the little broom, it'll go back to your whole load order. So yeah, it's pretty powerful tool. And then running all the different programs from within MO2, like Loot, Rybash, Nemesis, Creation Kit, Beth INI, SSE Edit, Quick Auto Clean, SSE Load Gen, Text Gen, Dynalot, Synthesis, Cathedral Assets Optimizer, NIF Scope, Body Slide. I run all of these from inside of MO2's virtual file structure. So none of these files, all of this, it technically doesn't exist. So if I get out of that and I go into my actual game folder and I go into my data folder, these are just the folders, the BSA files that were downloaded originally. Oh, no problem, no problem. So I haven't added anything to my data folder. If I look in textures here, there's only one texture here. It's the cube map from EMB. And if I look in INI tweaks, that's an empty folder. If I look in scripts, these are scripts that came with the original download, but there's no scripts here from any mods. This is just the ones that came from the download from Steam. And shader cache, it's empty. Video, there's only one video. It's the Bethesda logo. And I put that in there. The rest is just ESPs and BSAs that get downloaded from Steam. So it's an empty data folder. It's just the base game. Everything else is built in MO2 and it's virtual, which is really cool. And means I can wipe it and start over and don't have to worry about, messing up my data folder because nothing's actually in it. It's all make-believe. It's virtual. All right, I got to crash. I'll catch you peeps later.